So no pressure, Jarrett, but Mr. Joel Pearl told me, he said, if you want to guess for this podcast that can really play off you with these stories, he said, Jarrett Bailey is the guy.
But Jarrett never shuts his fucking mouth. So he
That's
should
true.
be fine.
Yeah.
Get your
I
sensor
don't.
ready for that one.
Joel, don't up the media.
I'm gonna up everything just for you, Jimmy.
Do you have all the uploads today?
I should.
Okay, good, because I got some good ones. We're both in Toronto. So if one of us goes kaput, that's the reason.
Pittsburgh is actually
both of us probably go.
Pittsburgh actually just got like a quick one, like out of nowhere. It was really spotty, but it came and went. So
that's where you're at. You're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Are you a Pens fan?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Longtime fan, like Lemieux, Crosby.
When did I start watching? Like Sidney Crosby's been like 05. It would have been Sid's rookie year. It's like
around that time.
I was around like first grade at that time. So
yeah. The best hockey game I ever went to live was Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, Detroit-Pittsburgh.
Oh, Max Talbot's 2 goals.
I don't remember that part of it anymore, but I remember Pittsburgh won in Detroit and Crosby passed the cup to Lemieux on the ice.
Yeah.
And I was there for that.
That's sick. Yeah.
So
I remember watching because they had lost to Detroit the year before, and Marian Hossa had gone to Detroit to try to win one, and then they meet again. But yeah, no, Max Talbot will forever be a Pittsburgh legend for that game alone.
Okay, I if you told me what was the score, I don't know. And
2-1.
Was it 2-1?
2-1.
My memories from that game are Crosby passing the cup to Lemieux, and then I ran into Huey Lewis from Huey Lewis in the News at the casino in Windsor, Ontario.
The only thing I know about Huey Lewis in the News, I know 2 things. Their song is in the movie Psycho, and then Ice Nine Kills did a parody of that in their Psycho song. So there you go.
Okay.
That's my Huey. That's my extent on them.
I'm older than you, so I remember their stuff. Joel, music guy, so you probably know Huey Lewis in the News, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember The Power of Love from.
Yeah, of course. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that Hip to Be Square is Huey.
They did a whole bunch. Like they did a whole bunch.
The Ice Nine Kill song is called "Hip to Be Scared," so that
gotcha.
all comes around. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were big, and Huey Lewis was playing craps at the casino in Windsor. And I remember looking at him and I'm thinking, this guy fucking looks like Huey Lewis in the News. And then we're walking down a hallway and there's a massive banner playing this weekend, Huey Lewis in the News. I was like, aha.
I wonder how many people walk up to him and say, hey, are you Huey Lewis and the News?
right.
Like, no, and just walk away because he's just Huey Lewis. And
I'd probably be like, where's the news? Where's the news?
Yeah, they'll be like,
where are they?
They're upstairs. They're all sleeping.
I haven't had like a starstruck, like I haven't been like weird in front of a celebrity yet. And I know eventually I will be, but so far so good.
I'll tell you, so I wasn't starstruck with Huey Lewis. I have been starstruck once and I learned a lesson immediately and I've never been that way again. I was at a wrestling show and Sherry Martel comes walking off the elevator and I'm an 80s wrestling fan.
Right.
She comes off the elevator. I immediately knew it was her. And I said, hey, I'm working on this show. Are you in town for the show? She's like, yeah. She's like, you mind helping me get my bag to my room? So I help her get her bag to her room. And then we're shooting the shit for like 15, 20 minutes in her room. And I stopped and like a fucking moron, I looked at her and I said, this is cool. I can't believe I'm hanging out in Sherry Martel's hotel room. And as soon as I said it, I immediately felt like a moron. As soon as I said it, and without even hesitating, she said, you know what? She said, you and I, we're colleagues. We're working for the same promoter. You and I we're like co-workers. I got to pay my bills just like you. As soon as she told me all that, I was never starstruck again with any wrestler that I ever worked with ever after that.
Like when I first started interviewing people, like I was a little bit, I think I kept it together pretty well. But yeah, no, I think the more, at least for me, like the more I've done it, like you understand that they're just people too.
That's right.
You know,
true.
And they also mostly don't want to talk about work, and that's the worst thing.
Yes.
I had an experience. There's a bar down in Toronto called the Bovine, and a buddy of mine was working there at the time. So it was like a Wednesday night. We're just hanging out down there, and this guy walks in, and sits down at the bar. He's a younger guy. Everyone else there on a Wednesday night are all older, just the regulars. And we're just chatting with this guy. We're like, hey, what are you up to? What are you in town for? And he has this Irish accent. And he's like, oh, I was gigging tonight. We're like, oh, where were you? He's like, oh, I was at the Air Canada Center. We're like, oh, cool. With who? Sting. Okay, awesome. And all of a sudden, these older guys are just like flocking towards this young fiddler in Sting's band, asking him all about Sting and all about the gig. And I'm just like, please, I grab the guy, the fiddler, and I'm like, we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna go to the tiki bar.
Yeah, I've never
not talk about work.
No. I did a business deal with Evander Holyfield, and I got to spend a weekend with him. We did a convention in Philadelphia, and we went for dinner, and he was a regular dude. And it's funny because Evander was telling me, this is no joke, and I don't even know if I want to put this on the outtakes video. Evander was like, man, it's really nice to sit around with a bunch of white guys that aren't going to bitch at me for like blowing all my money and like being embarrassment to them. Swear to God. Yeah, he's like, it's nice, man. You guys haven't said one thing about me blowing all that money and how I'm an embarrassment. You haven't said one thing.
That's funny.
But Evander was a regular dude. We just kind of talked about life and shit. He was, you know what I mean?
Most people know it's just, yeah, you don't need to turn it up to 11 all the time. You can just kind of know who you're talking with and relax.
Right.
Enjoy the evening.
Yeah. All right, you ready to do this? What is that humming sound I'm hearing in the background?
I'll turn on. I figured it was going to be. Yeah, no, I have a fan on. Like I got AC fan. There's been like a small heat wave coming through. So yeah, I'll turn that off.
Okay. It sounded like there's a plane like about to land in his house there.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I click the subscribe button. You really should too. If you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.